Connecticut Gymnasium here on the campus of Stonehill College. You'll be watching Division II men's college basketball. Yes, it's the NE10 conference, and of course it's the Owls visiting the Skyhawks. Both these teams are part of the NCAA Division II. I'm Dave Clifton. I'm here at courtside along with Ken Wood. And Ken, we certainly want to thank our sponsor for tonight's men's action-packed basketball game. Both these teams have almost similar records. Both these teams will be playing on the Paula Sullivan Court here at Merckett Gymnasium. And we'd like to thank our folks who are on camera. Nick Allende, along with
Ernie Smith,
our good friend who is here again today, and we're talking about Ernie Smith. So we have a pretty good crowd on hand. School is back on session. We're expecting a snowstorm tonight, and we're expecting hopefully the New England Patriots will defeat the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City, here we come.
And it's a good thing they're out in Kansas City because it's going to be all ice here, but at least it'll be cold, but it isn't going to be the condition.
Well, we understand we're going to have a combination of snow, ice, and of course rain. There'll be sleet. Two excellent coaches here tonight, Ken. Certainly the Stonehill coach. We're familiar with Chris Kraus, class of 2006 in his sixth season. And for the Owls at Southern Connecticut State University, they have a head basketball coach that played in the NBA. As a matter of fact, he was an All-American at the University of Connecticut. He's in his fourth season. I'm talking about Scott Burrell. He actually played for the Chicago Bulls. And Ken, a little thank you to our sponsor.
Yeah, our sponsor tonight is Northeastern Savings Bank, and we want to thank them for being a sponsor for us today. So Northeastern Savings Bank serves Southern Massachusetts with 9 offices in Easton, Norton, Mansfield, and North Attleboro. We're a full-service mutual bank, member of the FDIC, DIF, and an equal the housing lender. At Northeastern Savings Bank, we are dedicated to excellence customer service. We treat our customers as people, not as numbers, and we provide the flexibility to customize our solutions to meet individual needs. There is always friendly, professional answering of the phones to assist you in any way they can, and they are merging with the mutual banks in the area at any time now, and so we want to thank them for all their help.
And right now in the background you can hear the PA announcer here at Stonehill, Kurt Campbell. We'll be introducing both teams. We have a pretty good crowd on hand. We have the Stonehill College cheerleaders dressed in the purple uniforms. And right now they're going to introduce the Owls from Southern Connecticut State University. So here's the introductions of the Owls. Isaiah McLeod, he's a senior from Brockton, Massachusetts. Wearing number 3, he'll be a starting guard, C.J. Seaforth, averaging 11.4 points per game. Eulin Coleman, he played his high school basketball at Catholic Memorial. He's a sophomore at Southern Connecticut State University, averaging 15.9 points per game. Keaton Ives wears number 21. He's a senior. He gets the starting nod. And Luke Beasley wearing number 52, another senior. He gets the nod. McLeod, of course, their scorer, 21.5 points per game. Their head coach, Scott Burrell.
It's going to be a close game today, Dave. Stonehill shows 10-6 and 4-5 in the Northeast, and the Owls are 10-7 and 5-4 in the Northeast.
Here's the starting five now for the Skyhawks. Adam Fries, guard as a freshman, will start tonight. Unfortunately, we have an injured player who's a great three-point shooter. I'm talking about Brandon Twitty, will not be with us. Here's Joel Baroa. He'll get the starting nod, a senior, along with Mike Bowen from Mansfield, Massachusetts. Michael, we're number 15. Owen Chose, a three-point shooter. Here we're number 13. He's a sophomore. Rounding out the starting five, Will Morton from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Here we're number 33, a junior forward. And, of course, he leads the team in scoring and rebounding. Stonehill, the Skyhawks, they're led by head coach Chris Kraus. Three officials, 2 20-minute halves, and of course there will be a 30-second clock. We're ready for action-packed basketball. You're watching Division II men's college hoop, and we're just about ready now. There's the tip, controlled by the Owls. This is a team that pretty evenly matched up with Stonehill. They're 10-7 overall. Stonehill is 10-6. Both teams in the NE10 conference. Stonehill, there's a three-pointer from way downtown. Certainly the Owls not wasting any time whatsoever, Ken, as Seaforth puts in the first two-piece from Hamden, Connecticut.
That's the same what happened with the women's games earlier today.
A terrific bounce pass underneath to Will Morton. And that pass, I don't know how he was able to make that happen, but he did. That was Owen Chose. So Will Morton from Minneapolis, Minnesota, at the charity stripe. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
This is the first one.
Did a little spin on the top of the rim and didn't fall. Will Morton leads the team in scoring, leads the team in rebounding. He's a left-handed shooter. He makes the back end of 2 free throws. We got ourselves a 3-1 ball game, Ken. Ivis, where's number 21? He has the basketball, being covered by Baroa. Baroa from Lawrence, Massachusetts. And we're going to have a foul at the left elbow. They'll call this against Mike Bowen. He wears number 31. His dad, the head baseball coach here at Stonehill. Coach Kraus on his feet. Ball stolen. Loose ball picked up by Morton. Morton gets it to Bowen. They play catch out front at the top of the key. Baroa goes to the hoop, throws it up, gets the shot blocked, looks for a foul. Both teams hustling. So they'll call a foul in the paint. They may call this against Baroa. They do. Joel Baroa, he's as tough as they come. He wears number 35, a senior forward. Averages 9.1 points per game and about 4.6 rebounds. Stonehill in a man-to-man defense. They're in the white jerseys. Either that or it's a sagging zone defense. We'll have to take a closer look. Right now they're in a man-to-man. What they're trying to do is double team the ball. And that ball bounced around and finally took an owl fall into the hoop. So give a basket.
Would you say whoop?
To the visiting Owls from Southern Connecticut. State University. Both these teams part of the NE10 conference. Stonehill's in the Northeast Division. Southern Connecticut State University, they're part of the Southwest Division of the NE10 conference. Another rebound by Morton. He goes coast to coast. He throws it up, and loose ball rebound falls in the hands of one of the Owls. Good defense by Stonehill on that last play. Good penetration, and making that basket was Keelan Ivis. He's a senior guard, averaging 13.9. Most of their starters in double figures. Freeze all alone underneath in the bucket area. Throws a right-handed hook shot off the window. And Stonehill right now trailing by 4.
.6:55 left in the first half.
Nice left-handed shot. It wasn't a stop and pop. It was a running left-hander. Almost tipped in. Loose ball falls. Southern Connecticut gets another turnover. Nice penetration by Baroa. He went baseline left, underneath the hoop, used his right hand to throw the ball off the window. Baroa fights Morton to pull down the rebound for the Skyhawks. Both these teams here at Stonehill College are playing on the Paula Sullivan Court here at Merckett Gymnasium. Good drive by Morton. He had the right idea, Ken.
Yep.
Ball almost stolen, but Southern Connecticut comes back with it. Little tricky hoop.
11-5.
And of course that was Isaiah McLeod. He's averaging, Ken, 21.5 points per game for the Owls. There's Freeze. He took a 3. Looked like his sneakers were frozen on the gym floor. He never jumped it. He took the shot. And of course their leading scorer, McLeod, comes back and he picks up a 3.
14-8, Southern Connecticut. 14:53 left in the first half.
That's a magic number, 14 right now.
Yeah.
That pass was intended for Baroa. Knocked out of bounds by one of the Owls.
Number 5, Josh Mack. And number 11, Andrew Simmons.
There's a 3-point shot, won't fall. And they had 4 players. I'm talking about Southern Connecticut State University. 4 defensive players underneath for the boards. In the lineup right now, we have Connor Walsh. He takes the shot, won't drop. That hoop right now is blocked for the Skyhawks. Lots of players taking threes. Unfortunately, the women's team lost the first game of the doubleheader to the visiting Owls. There's Will Morton with a 3-pointer. Bang, he got it.
14-11, Southern Connecticut.
Can we understand there were a lot of turnovers in that women's game?
24 turnovers.
And they weren't Apple turnovers.
No, they were.
Stonehill right now closing the gap.
Yeah, in the women's game, they Southern Connecticut only moved one off the bench. We moved off 27 off the bench.
And there's a blocking foul in the paint area. That was Josh Mack on the drive. Coach Krause encouraging his players not to dribble so much. It's certainly a fast game for Division II basketball. I can see why they have 3 officials in order to catch everything. Mack in the paint. Gets it to Morton. Mack takes a long three-pointer. Won't fall. Ball stolen. Good heads up by Andrew Sims. He's a freshman from Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Good addition to the Skyhawk squad. Both these teams can have 10 victories on the season. There's a traveling violation called by one of the 3 officials. Bowen comes in. Walsh gets a rest for the Skyhawks. Mack taking his time as he crosses the timeline. They work the near side of the court. Here's Sims. He fakes, gets it back out front. Ball stolen. And yes, to certainly omit the crash, the play with the ball ended up traveling.
Yep.
He stopped and went around.
As soon as he turned, he took that extra step.
Stonehill has the ball right now. They trail 14-11. Here's Bowen. He goes to the hoop. Gets it back out front. And we have another moving of the pivot foot. A violation against the Skyhawks. And that was Josh Mack on that violation. You cannot move your pivot feet without dribbling. Otherwise, you'll get a traveling violation. Good hustle by both teams. We have a jump ball.
Stonehill ends up with it.
That was Taurus Adams on that jump ball. Possession rule gives the ball back to the Skyhawks. Right now, they're looking to come up the court, get themselves a hoop, maybe tie this game up. There's a baseline drive. He went baseline left to get that hoop.
Stonehill down by 1.
Owen Chose likes to shoot from outside, but he can drive as well. Nice rebound by Baroa.
There's a chance for Stonehill to move forward.
Bowen to Baroa for the basket. 3-pointer. We have ourselves right now, Stonehill leads 16-14. 30-second timeout called by head coach Scott Burrell. He actually played in the NBA. He played for the Chicago Bulls. He played his college basketball at the University of Connecticut. He was indeed an All-American. And you can tell by looking at the size of their head coach that he was a player. And that he was. He ended up playing for 3 or 4 NBA teams. He's done some coaching. So he's just like the Stonehill coach. They've had success coaching and they've had success playing as players.
The first time Stonehill's in the 10 minutes has been ahead at all during the game.
25 seconds on the 30-second clock for the Owls. They'll take the ball out underneath their own baseline, their own hoop. They'll try to pick for each other, get the ball in bounds, and that they do. The Connecticut squad dressed in the dark jerseys. Stonehill, the hosting team, dressed in the white jersey. There's a turnaround, Jay. It's back rimmed. Freeze comes down with the rebound. Wow, what a drive that was by Will Morton. It looked like he drove all the way from Minneapolis, Minnesota, but he went coast to coast, went down the right lane, shot with his left hand, kissed it off the window, give him credit for the hoop. Now, if you tried that, Ken, you would have had a sore back.
Yeah.
Stonehill right now out in front by a bucket. There's a little tricky dribble to the hoop. And what a shifty player he is.
Now we're back to the tie game, 18-18.
That Ewan Coleman, Ken, he's from Brockton, Mass.
Yep.
Played his high school basketball at Catholic Memorial. I think he played for head coach Ronnie Perry, not sure. But he's very tricky going to the hoop. He's a good guard.
Will just got a good shot. So it's now Stonehill's back ahead again, 20-18. And they just
missed shot, rebound picked off nicely by Adam Freeze, another freshman. He's a 200-pounder. And there's a dish off underneath. Officials timeout. And we do have an injured player right now on the court.
Don't wait to see that.
And the player that happens to be on his back is Andrew Sims. I think he had the wind knocked out of him. He'll come to the sidelines.
That's Adam Freeze.
So he'll come out, take a seat for a little bit just to be safe.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to be okay.
Thought he was walking towards the other bench. But he was actually coming up the court, and I think Coach Kraus did the right thing by giving him a rest right now. Double high posts, Baroa and Bowen. And there he is, not afraid to go to the hoop. Will Morton. He's got size, he can shoot, he can drive to the hoop, leads the team in rebounding.
Stonehill up by 2.
And there's an offensive charge. So they're going to call that charge against Michael Mazzucato. That's definitely an Italian name. Mazzucato. There's Bowen. He goes baseline. Gets his own rebound. Goes back up off the window. Good hustle. Good second effort by Mike Bowen.
24-20, Stonehill.
I think I've said many times he does some things outside of just shooting. He has always had that toughness. Even in high school when he played in the Hockomock League for the Mansfield Green Hornets. It was always his second effort that made a difference. And his team went to the state championship.
8:05 left in the first half.
If you just joined us, folks, you're watching Division II men's college basketball. Both these teams part of the NE10 conference, which is part of the NCAA. Turnaround hook shot by Beasley. As the Owls right now trailing by 2 to the Skyhawks. Baroa. He got it! Way downtown on the far side of the court. The young lad from Lawrence, Massachusetts. He faked, he took that long shot and made it. Driving to the hoop very strongly was Joey Wallace. He's from Rochester, New York. Missed shot. Here come the Owls. Nice fake and drive to the hoop.
Stonehill down by just up by one. Yeah.
Once again, the young man from Brockton, Massachusetts, Ewan Coleman on that last hoop. This cablecast tonight is a production of ECAT, Eastern Community Access Television. Dave Clifton here at courtside along with Ken Wood.
It'll be on Comcast Channel 97 and Verizon Channel 24. These are when the basketball games will be on for Stonehill.
Good strong rebound by Freeze. So another three by the Skyhawks. That last rebound on the defensive end was really by Sims. I said Freeze, but Freeze right now is not in the lineup. Stonehill out in front by a bucket. The clock is running, 5:54 here in the first half. Both these teams will play two 20-minute halves. They have 30-second clock. And we're going to have another offensive foul. This time it was called against Chris Willis. Willis is from Carver, Massachusetts. Here's Freeze now back in the lineup for the Skyhawks. And there's a couple of steps.
Yep.
No basket. He took the steps on the far side of the court before he drove. This team is terrific at faking the shot, going to the hoop, but you have to dribble the ball. I've seen a lot of that, not just in Division II, I've seen it in Division I as well. Nice work by Sims. He gave a nice head fake, and he jumped up and got that hoop. Air ball picked up by Baroa. Adam Freeze, where's number 12? He's a freshman. This is off to Morton. They play catch. Sims posted low. Morton at the high post. Underneath, they take the shot. Broa misses that opportunity. And here come the Owls. Ball stolen by Baroa. He bounce passes underneath, and he got a foul on the drive. But a lot of these shooters on both teams have good eyes for that basket. And it's interesting, I say good eyes, but the other team, they call the Owls anyways, right?
They have good eyes.
So this young fellow on the foul line is
Owen Jays.
A good shooter. Chose is his last name, and he loves to shoot the threes.
And he got both. 34-28, Stonehill. 4:31 left in the first half.
Chose gets a rest. Bowen comes in. He, of course, is from Mansfield. I've said this a few times. Pretty close to his hometown. Ball stolen. by Morton. He goes to the hoop. He got the shot blocked, but got fouled. And we're going to have a technical foul called by one of the Stripes.
Southern Connecticut foul on play number 21, Keelan Ives, his second personal.
So that's a second personal foul called against Keelan Ives. He also gets a technical foul called against him.
Fifth and sixth team fouls for Southern Connecticut. Will Morton at the line. He'll shoot two.
Here's the free throw by the left-handed shooter. He misses the first. They'll also give the ball back to the Skyhawks. He'll get it out of bounds at midcourt. This game, of course, is on tape delay. When it's played back to local communities near Stonehill,
Will Morton at the line for Stonehill. Will shoot two.
we will have, by that time, Ken, shoveled out.
I hope.
We are expecting a storm here tonight. It's Saturday, January 19th, and the storm is going to run into the 20th. It's going to be heavy snow, rain, sleet. It'll be slippery and very cold. So Stonehill made the best of the technical foul called against the Owls. And of course it went out of bounds. Went off one of the Skyhawks. Southern Connecticut State University will get the ball back. Here's McLeod, their favorite shooter. Missed shot, they get their own rebound. Holy cow, how did he come up with that ball?
36-30.
That was Beasley. Young fella from Champaign, Illinois. There's Michael Bowen on the far side of the court in the paint area. Took the J.
$38-30, Stonehill. 3:22 left in the final part of the first half.
Chose comes in. Josh Mack gets some playing time. Coach Chris Krause will leave Barola in there along with Will Morton. Full timeout called by head basketball coach Scott Burrell. What a play he was at the University of Connecticut. What a play he was with the Chicago Bulls when they won the NBA title. Here's the Stonehill College cheerleaders dressed in the purple uniforms as they face the home crowd. And we certainly will try to get them on camera. Nicolande is on the handheld camera. Ernie Smith is at midcourt. He has one of the best seats in the house. .3:22 remaining before the end of the first half. Stonehill right now out in front 38-30. If they can continue this, this would be a terrific victory for this team. So Coach Chris Krause now will go with Bowen Baroa. He also has Mack out there. Well, where's number 5? Will Morton. He can't get tired because we need him out there. And of course, the outside shooter, Owen Chose. Chose is from Eden Prairie, Minnesota.
Shot was
Owls
blocked.
come back with the ball. Good defensive effort by Morton. He made him force that shot. Mack to Bowen. Chose three-pointer. Won't fall. Won't fall, won't drop. And a lot of times he's able to put that in. No trouble whatsoever. Backing in, got the shot blocked. Good defensive effort by Baroa. And there we have a basket and a foul. Luke Beasley
That's Stonehill fouls at number 5.
from Champaign, Illinois.
The team's 6th foul.
He'll go to the foul line. He has a chance right now for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Basket is good for Luke Beasley. He's at the line to shoot one.
Takes a couple of dribbles, good concentration, a knock on the ball, swish.
38-33, Stonehill. 2:30 left in the first half.
Stonehill right now working against a zone defense. And of course, they got to take advantage of it. Somebody's got to be free for that open shot in the zone. Isaiah McLeod, their favorite shooter.
Owls are coming back.
McLeod, Ken, is averaging 21 points per game. Will Morton takes the shot. Almost tipped in by, wow. That was Mike Bowen. Not the tallest guy on the court, but he was able to get up there. Now, timeout called by Chris Kraus. Is Southern Connecticut State University close the gap now within one, 38-37. And Ken, as we look around the court, we see lots of folks here.
There's a good crowd this afternoon.
I thought the crowd might be down because of the fear of a snowstorm, but that's not supposed to happen till midnight.
Well, tomorrow will be a good day to watch the Patriots where it's nice and warm.
So Mike Bowen now in the backcourt, along with Josh Mack. Mack is from Winchester, Virginia. Handles the ball well. He good driver to the hoop. There's Will Morton. Dishes off to Baroa, who goes up. Baroa was looking for a foul. And of course there's a foul up this end.
That's Kyle's foul. It's called on number 5, Josh Mack. His second personal, the team's 7th foul.
Is a chance for Southern Connecticut to move
At the line to shoot 2.
ahead again.
Missed the first free throw.
For Stonehill, number 11, Andrew Sims.
Guess the second one will be tied.
Here's McLeod, takes a couple of dribbles, makes the shot. We got another tie ball game. 1:03 here before the end of the first half. Stonehill looking for the right shot. Under 15 seconds here in the 30-second clock. Here's Cho's three-pointer, won't fall for him tonight. Whoop.
Southern Connecticut in the bonus.
Freeze comes in. Baroa takes a rest.
Checking in for Stonehill, number 12, Evan Freeze.
Been a good ball game for both teams, although Stonehill a little bit off on their shooting.
Didn't fall, Stonehill.
There's Sims, one hands that rebound.
Yeah. Be good if they can get something one ahead on the game for the half.
Stonehill right now going to take the last shot. And they'll wait till they get under 10 seconds, and it is now, so there's a three-point shot. He got it! He got it! So at the end of the first half here, Stonehill goes into the locker room with a three-point lead, 41-38. And of course, there'll be a 15-minute break here, but both these teams are evenly matched up. And I would think that this could be a good victory for the team that comes out on top tonight. Tonight's cablecast, a production of ECAT, Eastern Community Access Television. And Ken, a big thank you certainly to our sponsor.
Yeah, we want to thank the Northeastern Savings Bank. President, Chief Executive Officer is Robert Berg. And Maura Palms, Assistant Vice President and Marketing Officer. And the mission statement for the Northeastern Savings Bank is the mission of the Northeastern Savings Bank is to provide efficient and progressive financial services to our customers. We want to thank them very much for all they do for the community, and also congratulate them on the growth of their bank, going to be merging with the Mutual Bank, and it'll be all Northeastern Savings Bank, so it'll be quite a feat there.
Stonehill College was founded on June 30th, 1948, and on that day the Commonwealth of Massachusetts authorized the Congregation of the Holy Cross to establish this institution of higher learning. And of course, it was on the former estate of Frederick Lothrop Ames, right here in Northeastern. We have a total of almost 2,500 full-time students here at Stonehill. 60% are female, 40% male. The faculty has about 164 full-time staff. We thank college president, Reverend John Denning. He became the 10th president at Stonehill in their 65-year history, and he became the president back on July 1st, 2013. And we appreciate the opportunity to bring back to the community some of the activity happening here on the campus of Stonehill College. Some of the stats, Ken.
Yeah, for Southern Connecticut, their top scorers are 9, tied in 9 here is Luke Bisley and C.J. Seaworth. They both have 9 points. And then we have Joel Baroa for Stonehill. It has 11. And Will Martin has 12. Turnovers for Southern Connecticut University is 1, and Stonehill is 12. That's not too good when you have 12 turnovers. So we have to watch out the turnovers. The women had the same problem there.
We're going to take a short break. Stonehill right now out in front, 41-38. It's halftime here at Merckett Gymnasium. We'll be back, folks, and bring you the second half of Division II action-packed basketball.
10 years ago, yeah. In fact, you get the last one.
Ernie, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Ernie? Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for being here. Welcome back to Merckett Gymnasium on the campus of Stonehill College. It's halftime here at the Paula Sullivan Court. Stonehill right now out in front of Southern Connecticut State University by a score of 41-38. This game is exactly what was predicted, a close game with two teams that are pretty evenly matched. I'm Dave Clifton here at courtside along with Ken Wood. And Ken, this is the second game of a doubleheader. The women's Skyhawks lost the first one, which was a surprise. 24 turnovers in that game. But they'll be back. They'll bounce back. They got the right players. They got the right coach. So we certainly will see them as they are playing in the second half of the season. Both these teams, men's teams, are part of the NE10 conference. Stonehill is in the Northeast Division. And Southern State University, they happen to be in the Southwest Division of the NE10 conference. And both teams are part of the NCAA. So we got 20 minutes remaining in this ball game. Can't say enough about the two coaches. Chris Kraus for Stonehill. He went pretty far in tournament play as a player here at Stonehill. Class of 2006. And of course, his counterpart, the head basketball coach for the Owls, he's done it all, not only at the University of Connecticut, but for the Chicago Bulls. What a player he was. He could shoot, he could rebound, he was quick. And now he's having some success with this Connecticut University. He has been in the tournament a number of times. This is his third year as head basketball coach. I had the opportunity, Ken, to interview him, I think, last season, or maybe it was the season before. Very gracious guy who enjoys coaching. And he had a chance to sign a contract in baseball as well as basketball. He chose basketball, but he was a heck of a baseball player as well at the University of Connecticut. Can you imagine having both skills?
So our next scheduled game back here at Stonehill is going to be February 2nd. It'll be here on a Saturday. And it's Philadelphia. And they're going to be playing, and the three games they're going to be playing away is this month is the 23rd, Lemoyne, 26th in New Haven, and 29th at Pace.
Baroa has 11 points for Stonehill, and of course Their leading scorer, McLeod, continues to lead his team. Chose with the basketball. He wears number 13. Notice how the players weave the ball out front, go to the hoop. Ball just didn't fall for Will Morton that time. And of course he backed in and threw up a hook shot. Got the basket.
Stonehill up by 1.
And on that last hoop, it was Beasley.
Joel Burrow got the 3.
Likes to shoot those. Ball stolen by Baroa. And of course underneath to Chose, and he makes the basket. Good team effort.
Right off the glass.
Yeah, 3 or 4 players handle that ball before they get the final hoop. Good fast break. And of course the steal was the big thing.
Ooh.
Will couldn't hold his stop. And in the sportsmanship way, he went over and patted his opponent on the back. The right thing to do. Look how quick he went to the hoop.
Yeah. 46-42, Stonehill.
I mean, he went to the hoop like lightning.
Yeah. 17:58 left in the final period.
Here's Freeze, gets the across the court pass. Back out front to Baroa at the top of the key. Freeze on the far side of the court, goes into the paint area. 7 seconds on the 30-second clock. And they come down with the rebound. The Owls, they are quick. Bowen rebounds on the missed shot. Here's Morton underneath to Baroa. That was a blind pass. Benson went out of bounds, called a turnover.
The men's game is 2 20-minute periods.
Stonehill stays in their man-to-man defense here in the second half. This young player out here, he's fast as lightning.
Stonehill up by 2.
That was Keelan Ivis. He's from Cranston, Rhode Island. And 1 minute he's standing still and zip. If you turn your head, he goes to the hoop like lightning. Morton with the basketball. Plays catch with Freeze. Goes to the hoop, gets the shot blocked. Quick timeout after the hoop called by Coach Chris Krause.
Tied game, 46-46.
16:34 remaining in this ball game. It'll be a 30-second timeout called by the Skyhawks.
Stonehill fans can get official Stonehill Athletics apparel online. Skyhawk Shop can be accessed via StonehillSkyhawkShop.com.
Can't afford any more turnovers at this stage of the game right now.
Including our new championship apparel section for Andy Ted championship shirts, sweatshirts, and more. For our women's cross-country and women's tennis teams, conference champs this fall. Check out StonehillSkyhawkShop.com today. Receive 20% off.
Celtics won a nice game last night against the Grizzlies. And what do you think, Ken? We got the New England Patriots playing tomorrow. Are they going to get to the Super Bowl?
No, we hope so. They're
That sounds
underdogs by about only a small
that
percentage.
sounds non-committal.
Yeah.
We hope so. Well, you know, you can't bet against a guy like Brady or Belichick, the head coach. There's Freeze with the three-point shot. It doesn't fall. 3 black jerseys in there to hold down that rebound. Oh, that was an offensive foul, no doubt about it. He backed into him. It'll be no basket. So Beasley picks up his second personal foul. It's the 4th team foul against the Owls. Stonehill takes the ball across midcourt. They're in offense, working against a man-to-man defense. Bowen dishes underneath. Shot doesn't fall.
Grabs his own rebound.
He's as tough as they come.
Oh.
There's Chose.
Yep, for 3.
We hope he continues to choose. I should say choose. Chose chooses to shoot those threes, and he's good at it.
49-46 Stonehill. 15:27 left in the final period.
Nice rebound by Baroa. Interesting how Mike Bowen stays under control. Oop. And we're going to have a foul called against the Skyhawks. If you just joined us, folks, we're in the second half here at Merckett Gymnasium. 2 teams from the NE10 Conference playing here on the Paula Sullivan Court at Merckett in the hometown of Easton, Massachusetts. We got 15 minutes left in this ball game. Stonehill out in front of Southern Connecticut State University by a score of 49-46. 3-point difference. And they got their own rebound on an air ball. And finally, Bowen picks up the loose ball.
Yep.
Nice hoop by Michael Bowen.
51-46 Stonehill.
Keeps his team out in front. If you like a night out sometimes, folks out there in our listening audience, you want to watch some good basketball, why not come down to Merckett Gymnasium if in the area, and you can get to see a doubleheader. The women play the first game, the men the second. Good taking. And again, they drive to the hoop, they make the basket. And that was Coleman on the drive. They'll call a foul against Sims.
Goes for that 3-point shot.
He drove through 2 guys, and he was able to follow through with a nice little underhanded layup off the window with ease.
51-48 Stonehill.
There's Martin, 3. He got it. Martin, leading scorer and rebounder for the Skyhawks.
Defense with a lot of pressure on right now.
And they evidently stepped on the sidelines on the far side of the court. Stonehill gets the ball back. They have the lead. And of course, with 13:24, this game could go either way. Plenty of time on the clock. I hear the fans in the background yelling out, "Put Wood in." I don't think they're talking about Ken Wood. What do you think, Ken?
Nope.
There's Morton.
Oh, there
Three,
it
he
is.
got it. Wow. Holy cow.
57-48.
He can shoot. Timeout called by the Owls. Coach Chris Krause putting his hand together to applaud his team. Right now, they're probably enjoying their biggest lead, Ken.
Yep.
They're out in front by a score of 57-48. Thank you very much to Ernie Smith on camera for ECAT. And we also have the handheld camera here tonight. Nick Galande from the Bridgewaters. He also did some play-by-play for the women's game and the first game of this doubleheader. Tonight's cablecast is a production of ECAT, Eastern Community Access Television. Nice round of applause for the Stonehill dancers as they entertain the audience here.
Will Martin right now for Stonehill is the top scorer, 18. Owen Choice is 12. And 14 for Joe Baroa. And for Connecticut, it's Luke Beasley, 11. And JT Seaforth is 11. And then we have Killen Ives is 10.
I guess they pronounce it Ivis.
Ives, yeah.
Okay, the Owls have put the ball in play. There's a stop of the clock right now. They go underneath. They take the shot. Doesn't fall. Mack calls down the rebound. Shot doesn't fall for Andrew Sims. This Connecticut team, though, they can drive to that hoop, Ken.
Stonehill up by 7, 57-50. 12-12 left in the final half.
Another turnover.
That's what you can't afford. And he got his
three-pointer, he got it. 57-53, only a 4-point difference right now.
Southern Connecticut is coming back.
The Owls are playing a tight man-to-man defense. Both teams defend each other very well. Under 8 seconds, here's the shot.
Oh, windfall.
Won't fall. The Owls come down with the rebound. That was Adams on the boards.
And Stonehill gets all the ball back.
Into the Stonehill lineup.
Baroa comes in, and Chris Willis comes in. Mack gets a rest, and Adam Sims will come to the bench and take a seat. Here's Coach Chris Krause, alternating players in and out. And of course, we got 2 players that are injured that I should mention. Ken, Brandon Twitty. He has been out for a few games, and he certainly is a great shooter. Owen DeGraff at 6'8", he's the tallest player on the Stonehill squad. He's in street clothes himself, sitting on the bench rooting on the Skyhawks.
Yeah, Chris Krause did talk with us earlier, and he says we're having Brandon Trudy out. They really need him in there.
He'll shoot 2.
Well, he's one of the co-captains. Back rims the first shot.
Into the Owls lineup, number 3.
Morton will take the second free throw. Morton makes one out of the two.
58-53, Stonehill. 11:04 left in the final period.
The white jerseys continue the man-to-man. And they're from Stonehill, of course. They call them the Skyhawks. Nice defensive effort by Baroa. .30-second clock right now. Under 12. Baroa's shot won't fall. It hit the top of the backboard and the wires, so it's out of play. .10:19, the clock running. Not too often has this team missed a layup, but they did that time. Coach Chris Krause calling a play from the sidelines. And there's another three-point shot, Will Morton. What a terrific job he does. Picks up his 22nd point. I should say 22nd point, and a lot of three-pointers. And we're going to have a foul in the act of shooting. That'll send one of the Owls to the foul line. Chris Willis gets the foul called on him.
61-53 Stonehill. 9:22 left in the final period.
McLeod makes his first free throw. He'll get a second. Michael Bowen comes out. He gets a rest. Josh Mack will run for him. And again, the Owls get their own rebound and put the ball back in.
61-56, Stonehill.
Well, we're under 10 minutes now here in the final half of play. When you take a look at both these teams, Stonehill is 10-6 overall. They're 4-5 in the NE10 conference.
Owen Chose just got another three.
And Southern Connecticut State, they are 10-7 overall. They're 5-4 in the NE10 conference. McLeod with another J. Stonehill moving the ball, looking for a shot, and we're going to have a traveling violation.
Owls basketball. Into the Southern Connecticut lineup, number 22, Joey Wallace.
Morton is back in. Willis takes a rest. Stonehill right now has a 4-point lead, Ken.
But it's too close to call right now because you know how it is. These teams are pretty well matched. A lot can happen in 8 minutes.
Offensive foul. Southern Connecticut's number 1, Isaiah McLeod, his first personal.
So that's the first personal foul called against McLeod.
64.
That last basket will not count.
64-58. 8:02 left in the final period.
There's Charles' three-pointer. Oh, didn't go in. I think I saw the entire Stonehill bench stand up to swish it in. Look at the fights for the rebound. And they're going to call this foul against the Owls. So Ives gets the foul called against him. That's the fourth team foul against Southern Connecticut. .7:36, the clock running. .64-58. Boy, can they go to the basket.
Stonehill up by 4. Southern Connecticut is coming back here. A lot can happen. We have 7 minutes left.
A timeout called by the Skyhawks. Coach Chris Kraus wants to speak to his team. They're out in front by 6. They have the ball. We got 6:54. See a lot of 6s on that scoreboard, Ken.
Yeah.
But this is a game that can go either way. And here we are in the second half of the season. These victories are important for the hopes of postseason play. Let's take a look at the scoring now for the Skyhawks and the Owls.
Right now, Luke Beasley has got 11. Isaac McLeod's got 12. Seaforth has got 11. Coleman's got 10. And Ives has got 10. For the Skyhawks, Michael Bowen's got 6. Joel Baroa 14. Owen Choice 15. And Will Martin's got 22.
And both these teams are looking for their 11th victory on the season. They're also hoping for postseason play. So Coach Chris Kraus right now will go with Mack, Morton, Chose, Baroa, and Michael Bowen. Spelled B-O-E-N.
Stonehill wins tonight. They'll be 11-6.
Bowen gets it across the timeline. Tries to drive, dishes off, and they get the layup. That was Chose from Bowen for the Skyhawk hoop.
Stonehill up by 6. And they come back match.
Changes quickly, doesn't it? That last hoop was by C.J. Seaforth.
66-63. Stonehill. Oh.
Jay won't drop.
Oh. 6 minutes left in the final period.
Wow. Now we got ourselves a tie ball game.
Can't afford any turnovers. That's going to be important.
Baroa posted low. Morton on the near side of the court gets up to the top of the key.
Oh, twice
And
they
the
got
shot
blocked. Twice.
Went out of bounds. Stonehill will get it back. Freeze comes in. Mack takes a seat. Nice penetration to the hoop. Wow.
Oh, Will Martin again.
He's absolutely terrific.
Yeah.
Will Morton puts his team out in front, 68-66. He drove into the paint. He faked going right, took a step, went left. and laid the ball off the window on the glass. You know, you can't let this Southern Connecticut team shoot from the outside, and if you cover them too close, they go by you and drive to the hoop.
Yeah.
Just like they're doing right now. So they're going to call this foul against Freeze.
His second personal, the 6th team foul.
He gets his 2 shots, he'll tie it up again.
So Stonehill right now, I should say, Stonehill does have their 6th team foul.
Rebound. Got a box.
First free throw is good by Coleman. He was terrific at Catholic Memorial High School. Takes his second shot, he makes it.
And now we're tied again, 68-68. 5:14 left in the final period.
Here's Freeze now, across midcourt. Gets it to Chose. Out front to Morton. Morton underneath to Bowen, who takes the shot. Doesn't go in, but he got fouled. So that was a blocking foul. That'll send Michael Bowen to the foul line. Played his high school basketball in the Hockomark League. Makes the first one. Puts his team out in front by 1. He has a chance to make it 2. Takes a couple of dribbles. The left-hander shoots. Good arc. Rolls around, doesn't fall. He actually banged it off the rim. Good ball movement in the bucket area.
Southern Connecticut up by 1. 4:36 left in the final period.
Here's Morton now on the far side of the court. Underneath, he makes the basket and got fouled.
Goes to the line for that
Nice,
extra shot.
nice fake by Bowen. He went baseline, got the pass from Morton, and laid it off the window for the basket. Now he gets a chance for that old-fashioned three-point play.
Oh, we certainly need it. We need it to be up to 2 by 2. At least a bucket.
And he made it. 2-point difference. Ball stolen. Here comes Morton taking his time. Morton has 24 points in this game. Chose has 17. The leading scorer for the Owls, and there's another basket by Morton. He now has 26 points.
Went down.
Timeout called by Owls. They'll use a 30-second timeout.
Will went down there, twisted and rolled, and up it went.
So the stage has been set, folks. We have 3:53 remaining in the second half. Stonehill out in front by 4 points.
With 3:53, a lot can happen, though, Dave. You know that.
Yeah, it certainly can, and you know this is indeed a very quick team. They're not very big, but they go quick to the basket and they can shoot from outside. They got to be tough to cover, man to man.
I'll tell you, the women's team this afternoon, Dave, when you went here, it was just as fast. Both the women are in there too, and they have very small players. But the biggest thing they spring up from their feet and they were catching these balls and knocking them away. So both the men and the women got terrific movement.
Right now, the men have the basketball, the Owls, and they take the shot. Good use of the left hand.
Stonehill
Wow,
up.
that was a nice basket by Beasley.
Stonehill up by 2.
Here's Baroa now at the high post. He goes low.
Oh, turnover.
And Morton tried to get the ball to Bowen. And finally they missed a shot as Bowen comes down with the air ball rebound. 3:09, the clock running. Baroa dishes off to Bowen. Bowen tried to go down the lane in the paint area. He got fouled. Mack reports to the scorer's table.
That's Southern Connecticut fouls on number 52, Luke Beasley. That's his 5th personal.
So Beasley gets the foul called against him,
He has been disqualified.
and he will be coming out of the game as he reached his max on the fouls.
Number 3, CJ Seaforth.
So Stonehill right now will go to the foul line. Michael Bowen will shoot.
Michael Bowen is the line to shoot 1-1.
And of course it's going to be a 1-on-1 situation, Ken, which means that he must make his first to get the second. If he bounces it off the rim, it's in play. Mack comes in, Freeze gets a rest. Stoner with a 2-point lead, 2:59 remaining. Here's Michael Bowen at the foul line.
And
And he makes all net.
Yep.
So he'll get a second shot.
These shots are very important right now.
Michael takes a couple of dribbles, takes the shot, won't fall. 3-point difference. The Owls have the basketball. This is still a game that can go either way. Ball stolen. And again underneath to Mack, off the window, makes the basket. Pretty play by the Skyhawks.
And we have an injured player from Southern Connecticut.
So right now the clock stops with 2:34 remaining in this ball game. Stonehill out in front by 5.
Came down on his arm over there.
And they'll send the trainer out to take a look at the player. Certainly we don't want to see anybody get hurt. He gets a nice round of applause. He gets up. And with an injured ankle, he still runs faster than you and I can.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the lineup for Southern Connecticut, number 13.
And that will bring Adams in.
2:34 left in the final period.
Clock running.
77-72. Stonehill.
A stop here by the Skyhawks would be important. And the ball went out of bounds. It's a turnover. So Stonehill gets the ball back. They have the lead. And of course, they're in no hurry right now, the Skyhawks, to take the shot. They'll look for the good one. And the ball is stolen. They go underneath, shot blocked.
Oh, that was a bad move.
And the ball restolen and restolen. Here's Baroa. So timeout called by the Skyhawks with 1:48 remaining and a 5-point lead. Now that ball was stolen and restolen 3 or 4 times. until finally Coach Chris Kraus calls a timeout.
Yeah, the thing is, Dave, they passed it across the court, and that
Those can be dangerous.
Yeah. Especially where it's so close.
As you can see here at Stonehill College, they have lots of school spirit. They got their Stonehill Dance Club on the court right now. And they got the Stonehill cheerleaders that are here to root on the Skyhawks. And lots of fans. This will be a good victory for Southern Connecticut State University, because you know, and I know, that they'll be knocking off a few other teams because they are quick. But let's not take anything away from the Skyhawks. They've got a couple of injured players, and still they're playing good basketball. Coach Chris Kraus has used his bench quite often this evening. And one of the top players, as far as I'm concerned, in the NE10 conference is Will Morton.
Oh, yeah.
From Minneapolis, Minnesota. He's the real thing, no doubt about it. Joes like to shoot the threes. Bowen provides you lots of other things on that court. He's tough. He rebounds well. He passes well. He's got everything under control. Here's Mack with the basketball, the clock running. Bowen to Chose. Chose goes to the hoop. Here's the shot by Chose.
He got it.
And he got it.
He just got it.
Wow.
Shot clock.
He'll take it.
Yeah. Oh, name.
Well, they just won't go away. You'll see them pressing now in the back court.
79-75. Stonehill. You just got to be cautious. Never long overhead shots.
And this tells you the story about Division II basketball. They're quick. They can drive to the hoop, both these teams, and they can shoot the threes.
Oh, they almost lost it, but they pulled it down again.
Here's Joes. He goes to the hoop. He takes the shot. Air ball. Southern Connecticut State gets the ball back. They trail by 4, and we got 38.9 seconds remaining in this ball game.
As we mentioned before, both these teams are well matched, so anything can happen. Ooh.
And there's a foul outside the three-point area. And they're going to call this against Michael Bowen. That will send one of the Owls to the foul line, and they will shoot 3 free throws.
This is Michael Bowen's third foul.
And here's McLeod, one of their top shooters in this game. So here we are. We got a 4-point lead by the Skyhawks. The Owls will shoot 3 free throws from the charity stripe. And we got 31.3 seconds remaining in the ball game. This gym right now is pretty quiet. He missed the first.
Oh.
That could help the Skyhawks.
Otherwise, we'd have another tie game. Oh, he missed 2.
He missed 2. He's feeling the pressure. Timeout called by Chris Kraus.
Yeah, they're going to come through. You know what they're going to do when they come down. There's going to be back. That's what they're just saying now.
Yeah, you can hear
back press.
You can hear a lot of the assistant coaches in the stands. Everybody's providing their input, but they're here because they support this team. Stonehill has done a terrific job in basketball, and we encourage the folks that are here to continue to come back. And those that just watch it on TV or listen to it or watch it on internet, come on down and support the team.
So, and come on down here, back here on the February 2nd at Stonehill. There'll be the men and women's games here. They start at 1:30, and the men's game will be here at 3:30. They're playing Adelpha that day.
They'll be playing a lot of away games after tonight.
Lemoyne at 23,
on the
New Haven 26, and Pace at 29.
They'll be at Bentley on the 6th, on the 9th at Southern New Hampshire.
That's in February.
Right.
Isaiah McLeod, line, issue 1-4.
You're going to see a backcourt press on this one now.
Okay, he makes 1 out of 3 free throws. It makes it a 3-point difference. Stonehill being pressured in the backcourt. They get it to Bowen, to Baroa. And we're going to have a foul on the play. Clock stops with 25.6 seconds remaining in this ball game. Ives comes into the lineup. Getting a rest is number 13, Taurus Adams. And he makes it.
Yep.
That was a key free throw by Joel Baroa. He's from Lawrence, Massachusetts. Played some basketball at Bridgeton Academy.
And he got
Makes them both. 5-point lead. 22 seconds remaining in this ball game, and they get a quick layup. They go back into man-to-man press. Wow. So they call the foul against the Owls. 14.7 seconds remaining. Score 81-78.
Oh, and he got fouled. Michael Burrow down.
And the clock works its way down to 12.6 seconds. And again, it's only a 3-point lead. Owls call a 30-second timeout. And can a 3-point lead right now means the Skyhawks have to make these free throws.
Yeah.
Checking in for Southern Connecticut, number 13, Taurus Adams.
12.6 seconds remaining. And when the games are close, it takes the longest time for the last 20 seconds.
Get that first one, Joel. Let's go.
Here's Baroa now.
He's an 80% shooter. So.
He makes the first one. Here's a chance for the second one.
83-78. 12.6 seconds left in the final period.
Quick timeout called by the Owls. And of course, it's never over, Ken, till it's over.
Yep, the dance team now coming back out on the floor for their last performance for the evening.
Again, we want to remind everybody that the Skyhawks, after tonight's game, will be playing at Lemoyne on the 23rd of this month. That's a 7 p.m. tap-off. They'll travel to Connecticut to take on New Haven, a team that's doing pretty well, on the 26th. On the 29th, they'll be at Pace for a 7:30 p.m. tap. And then in February, they'll have their home game right here on the 2nd of February against Adelphi. That'll be a 3:30 p.m. game, and that'll be a doubleheader right here at Merckett Gymnasium on the campus of Stonehill College, not too far from downtown Easton. We thank everyone for watching this game. It really went down to the wire. We're not finished yet. We got 12.6 seconds remaining, but we are right now able to say that Stonehill is in the driver's seat.
And this is an ECAT presentation, and you can watch these programs for the Stonehill College games on Comcast Channel 97 and Verizon Channel 24. And we want to thank Northeastern Savings Bank for being the sponsor this evening.
So the ball stolen by Chose. So somehow Stonehill gets the ball back with that steal. That sends Chose to the foul line with 9.7 seconds. And I think Stonehill right now has this game wrapped up.
Yeah.
84-78. Skyhawks.
And
85.
85.
And of course the clock is burning down.
2 seconds left.
Actually 2.1 second.
Oh, you're real technical. Well, you might be able to catch the ball in that one.
It's all over.
Yeah.
All over here at Merckett Gymnasium. Stonehill wins this one against Southern Connecticut State University 85-78. And of course, what a nice victory for the Skyhawks here. That gives them their 11th victory on the season. That's their overall record, 11-6, and they're 5-5 in the NE10 conference. The Owls from Southern Connecticut State, they now have a record of 10 wins and 8 losses. They're 5-5 overall in the NE10 conference. Let's take a look at the final scoring stats for, let's look at the high scorers for tonight's game.
Yeah, for Southern Connecticut, the highest scorers are Luke Beasley, 15, McLeod, 16, Seaforth, 17, Coleman, 12, and Ives, 12. Stonehill is 11 for Michael Bourne. Barora's got 18. The highest one is 26 for Will Martin, or Choice is second, 21. So those are the highest scorers for both those teams.
Ken and I would like to thank everyone for tuning in to this cable cast on Martin Luther King weekend. Once again, the final score, Stonehill defeats Southern Connecticut State University by a score of 85-78. I'm Dave Clifton on behalf of Ken Wood, bidding you farewell from Merckett Gymnasium on the campus of Stonehill College. Stonehill wins their 11th game of the season. They're now 5-5 in the NE10 conference. Have a good weekend. Be careful and be safe with the upcoming snowstorm.
And go Pats.
And good luck to the New England Patriots. Right now, they're in Kansas City. And when you watch this game, we'll know what the final score is. On to the Super Bowl. Thank you.
Have a good evening.